I think we're going to get started to, and then people can join on, and then
It's under my name.
hoping the
Oh, George.
speakers
George.
George, okay.
are coming.
But somebody else under my name.
Who is that under your name?
I don't know. I sent it out. I sent my invitation out to some people in our
Oh.
company. So
Lydia Viteri.
no. Next time.
Oh, no.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi, George.
Next
Hi.
Lydia.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
Ralph.
I'd like to.
Okay. Hi, Ralph. Welcome.
Hey, hello. Hey, hello.
Hello, I didn't mean to sneak in like that.
That's okay.
Feel free to.
Everybody's welcome,
Yes.
Thank you so much.
especially
whatever
from
point.
WFG.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to today's presentation. This presentation has been brought to you by Women's Council of Realtors, Alameda County. And we are so happy that you're all here. We've got some new people, or new to me maybe. But I'm so glad that you're all here. And our next event will be on June 23rd. We're still working out the details, so it'll be a surprise for a little bit longer. So, and we're trying to bring every 2 weeks, bringing some form of education to our members and to realtors and strategic partners all over. Some of them even relate to people that aren't part of the real estate. So feel free to invite your clients, friends or whoever. And we just love to have everybody join us. So I'd like to welcome our board, my board of directors. We have Scott Capon, program director, Susan Monkner, our treasurer, Christine Foreman, membership director. Christine's not on the call today. Diana McGrogan, secretary, and Sarah Beblis is Ways and Means. Thank you guys for all being here. I'd like to also welcome all our Women's Council of Realtors dignitaries in the room, and as well as Bay East. So, and I'd also like to do a shout out to all our strategic partners, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of what we do. And I would encourage everybody on the call to reach out to one of our strategic partners. I've had the privilege of working with several of them over the years, and they deliver top-notch service, and they're just great people. So if you recommendations from other people on the board, not even the board, a Women's Council of Realtors, just please reach out to us. And they are Golden One Credit Union. We've got Bank of America, First American Home Warranty, JCP, Virtual Tour Cafe, Units Moving and Storage, Old Republic Home Warranty, and Gene Morgan Insurance. And I see we have representatives. We have Stacy, Maureen, Annette. I can't quite see everybody else, but anyways, so thank you and welcome. I'd also like to welcome our speaker, Aaron Lacey. He joins us today from West, and he will be presenting lead generation strategies. I don't think they're on the call yet. They should be on shortly.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh.
Hi, Diane.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Great. Okay, so at this time, I would like to introduce Viviana Sherman. She is a member of Women's Council of Realtors, Alameda County, and she is 2021 Director at Large candidate. So I'd like to welcome you, Viviana, and you can just take it away.
Hi. Well, I don't think I'm going to take the whole 10 minutes because I don't like to talk about me, but I will for a little bit. I was born and raised in Colombia. I moved here about 2000. to attend college. I went to St. Mary's College. I went to corporate America for about 14 years. I serve in a lot of nonprofit board of directors. I guess my heart is on helping people. Back in 2014, when I got my license to be a broker, about 2016, I started helping at the East because I felt like, you know, if I'm gonna be involved, I really need to get involved and help. So I joined the leadership committee, and I've been there forever. I've been there until today. I'm actually the chair for that group. 2 years ago, they said, hey, you should run for the board of directors. I said, of course I will. I don't know what I'm doing, but sure, I will run for board of directors. Luckily, I won, so it was actually pretty good. It's been a really good experience to be able to learn about it, about more real estate related things. I think that being involved is very important just because, you know, we get to help our colleagues. I never see another realtor as my competitor. I always see that person as my colleague. So if someone asks me for help, I will always help them. This year, well, I'm running again for director at large. That means I will represent all the 4 districts, from Alameda to Fremont, from Pleasanton to Livermore. And I really love doing it. What else? If you guys have any questions, you can ask me later on. My information, I will put it there if you have questions. I think we're in this together. Diane asked me to share something positive about this meeting. In this meeting, and I found the perfect quote. It says, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. I always take my life like that. You know, if I see that it's a bad moment, I just smile and keep going. I think right now we're super, super, super hard at, how you call it, like, with everything that's going on with the world, like, we just want to cry, right? Like, we just want to be like sad, but at the same time, I feel like we just need to smile, right? We do have these meetings here where we get to meet with other professionals in the group. So it's awesome. It's awesome to see you guys here. And I think, thank you, Diane, for giving me the floor. And obviously, if you don't vote for me, it doesn't matter, but make sure you vote. Voting starts on Friday. And if you are the first people to vote, you will be able to, I think they give a raffle for people for their membership fees. So that's an awesome opportunity. So even if it's not for me, make sure you vote and contact those people. You know, I love getting emails from you guys. Hey, can you help me with this? Is it okay if I show this house? And I'm happy to get those emails. I'm happy to get those text messages. I have trained a lot in the Bay East Association. I'm actually looking forward for Aaron's presentation. I think all of us are gonna be super excited, and we're gonna be all over Facebook and whatever he tells us to do. And that's very much for today. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Viviana.
Thank you.
Okay, so Elian, I am going to turn the meeting over to you and take it away.
You have to unmute Elian.
All right. Yeah, I have the dog here. So are we ready to introduce our speaker?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, it is my absolute pleasure and honor to present our featured speaker today, Aaron Lacey. I had the pleasure of meeting him and very briefly working with him. And I can tell you guys, he is an amazing soul. And so just a little bit about him. He is a digital marketing trainer specializing in branding, lead generation, CRM, social media technology, and marketing systems. He's an Inman ambassador, an Inman contributing author, co-host of This Just Got Real Estate podcast, and one of the only NAR certified technology instructors in the country. As part of West, the consulting arm of Williston Financial Group, Aaron consults with some of the top agents, teams, and brokerages around the country. So please join me in welcoming Aaron Lacey.
Wow, you guys, thank you so much, Elian. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here with you. Um, really excited to share some of this information with you today. This is a phenomenal group right here. I'm really feeling the vibe and the love from everybody. So again, thank you very much. Women's Council Realtors, thank you for allowing me to come in and speak for the next 40 or so minutes today. I'm going to cover the best opportunity for generating leads for real estate agents, period. I would say, let me just put a disclaimer behind that. Outside of generating opportunities through your network, through referral and repeat, clients, I would say this is the best way to move the needle in your business. And so I'm really excited to share this information with you today. And I'm going to get very specific with what I'm going to share. I'm going to move fairly quickly because typically I do this session in about a 90-minute span. I'm going to do it in about 45 minutes today. If you are not familiar with the Facebook Ads Manager, if you're not familiar with advertising on Facebook, just hang with me. It's going to be a fun ride, right? So everyone just kind of strap in. You're going to get exposed to a really neat opportunity, and then you're going to decide on whether you want to dive in a little deeper into this or not. And it might be something that you say, you know what, Aaron, this is not for me. I'm going to build my business another way. I'm going to generate leads another way. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Or you may say, Aaron, this is something I want to dive into deeper. I want to learn how to start conversations, generate leads through Facebook, Instagram. I really want to build my brand in a more valuable way on social media. If this is something you're interested in, you guys, I would encourage you to dive into it deeper. There's a lot of resources for this online. I can help direct you in the right direction. And then I can even be one of those resources for you as well. So I'm available to you. I work with the real estate industry. And it doesn't cost you anything other than your time to work with me. And I help dozens, if not hundreds upon hundreds of agents with their business. In fact, I am a psychology first digital marketer, been in the real estate space for almost 20 years, been in the technology marketing space for almost 20 years. And in essence, I help agents go from good to great by identifying the unknowns in their business, by identifying blind spots, because you don't know what you don't know. And so that's what really kind of moves the needle for me and gets me, fired up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just jump right into a presentation I have. But if anybody has any questions along the way, feel free to reach out. Feel free to simply say, hey, Aaron, can you repeat that? Can you explain this a little better? I'm happy to do that for you, for any of you at any point. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask a question. And this is the slide deck I have for you. We're going to go through some slides today. And again, this is a little bit of an abbreviated version because we don't have that full time frame today, which is totally fine. I feel like everybody is pretty sharp on the call, so we're going to dive right through it. We're going to move quickly. If you're already advertising on Facebook, I'm just curious. Can you just do a show of hands? Anybody that has an active ad on Facebook right now or Instagram, would you mind just raising your hand? I'm curious how many people. Okay, so I see one hand. Okay, so a couple hands went up. Okay, great. Okay, so we're gonna dive into this opportunity. Again, you guys, if you wanna connect with me, I've got some people messaging me, just go to getwithaaron.com, getwithaaron.com, and you can, we can chat, okay? So again, I'm available for you guys. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I love to help real estate agents go from good to great. I was when I was still, before I was born, right? When my mom was pregnant with me, she was at signing. She was a real estate agent, you guys. I've got it in my blood, right? So this is what I love more than anything. So let's dive into this. For those that aren't familiar with who I am, again, my name's Aaron Lacey. I'm a psychology-driven digital marketer who, again, takes agents from good to great through identifying, the unknowns. helping you achieve your goals, helping you move past hurdles and roadblocks that you might have in your business. I'm an Inman contributing author, an Inman ambassador. I'm a technology instructor for NAR, just to give you a little bit of my credentials. So maybe you'll pay a little more attention to what I'm saying if you feel like I'm pretty credible. Regarding some of the things I help agents with, real quick, just a little infomercial for me, if you don't mind. I help agents with everything from branding to farming to really figuring out where they're going to position themselves, how they're going to create differentiation, and how they're going to capture more business, how they stay top of mind. So how to leverage technology, how to, typically I find there's four big challenges when it comes to technology. It's number one, finding out which one is the right thing to move forward with and which one isn't, right? So identifying the right solutions. Number two is educating yourself on what is the actual value here and how would I actually use this and incorporate this tool, this resource into my business. That would be number two. Number three is how do I actually execute on it, right? How do I make this a process? How do I create this system and put it right into my business? And then number four is cost. Is there an ROI attached to this, right? Is this actually helping drive my business forward and make me more money? So I help agents with all four of those different things. And then this is what I call an execute session. One of my, I now have 18 different execute sessions that I offer, groups of agents, teams, brokerages, associations, stuff like that, okay, where I go through and we dive into one of these different topics, again, that can help drive your business forward, because that's what it's all about. You guys, I've spoken with over 8,000 agents in the last 10 years, spoken with thousands more through trainings and presentations I do. And I'll tell you, the one thing I found over the years is that, and I've even been guilty of this, we attend a lot of different training sessions, webinars, conferences, educational events, and we feel good learning something new. But then when we leave, we go back to our homes, our offices, what have you, and we don't incorporate anything we learned into our business. And typically it's because maybe we're missing that connector, that next step. Where do I start, right? So I like to make sure that everyone understands exactly where to start, why we should be doing something, and then I make myself available to help you execute, Okay, so and a lot of this came from an interaction I had with a guy named Gary Vee years ago. If you want to dive into that story, I'm happy to share that at a later date. So let's get to advertising, okay? So advertising on Facebook, advertising on Instagram, why would we want to do this? Well, first and foremost, the whole concept of a closed transaction has to start somewhere. And if you look at just the journey of somebody that goes from having no real estate need or to having a real estate need all the way through close of escrow, you can see a funnel. There's basically a funnel. At the top of that funnel is somebody with a need of some sort, and maybe it's a future need. And the bottom of that funnel is a closed transaction. And what we want to do is we want to capture people at the top of the funnel and just nurture them through all the way through till to close of escrow. And one of the best ways to do that is to get people's attention. Right? The first thing we have to do in order to work with someone is we have to get them to know who we are, and we have to get to know who they are. And the best way to do that is to get ourselves in front of them. And where are people spending their time? Right? They're spending their time, they're spending their attention on social media. That's why social media is such a powerful platform, is because that's where people are spending their attention. That's where they're spending their time. I mean, the average Facebook user during this pandemic is using Facebook for over an hour a day, is checking in over 25 times a day onto Facebook. Instagram is the same, over an hour a day on Instagram as well. And I know some people that are on Instagram 3 or 4 hours a day. I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Social media usage is up 60% during this shelter-in-place time. This is the opportunity to get in front of people in a meaningful and a powerful way to get them to take action of some sort. Because at the end of the day, I would rather it be you that closes their transaction than some other agent who's less qualified. I mean, wouldn't you? So that's really the goal. So first thing we need to do in order to get someone's attention, we have to put something in front of them that creates some sort of action, that gets them to go, you know what? That looks like a good home. That looks like a home that might be a good fit for me and my family. Maybe I'll move forward with that. right? That's what advertising is all about. It's getting people's attention in a way that makes sense to them, in a place that they are, right? It's basically, I look at social media advertising like a digital billboard. It's like putting a billboard on the side of the road, but instead of the road being, the road is now a news feed, and people are driving up and down that news feed and they're seeing these billboards. And why not put one of your billboards in their news feed? Okay. So this is what that looks like. This is a billboard in a news feed. And if you think about what Facebook and Instagram are, you think of them as social media platforms. Really, they're advertising engines. Okay. They're advertising engines. Facebook and Instagram are slot machines. And the longer they can keep you at that slot machine, the more money they can take from you, right? The more ads they can serve you. The more you scroll through that news feed, the more advertisements you get exposed to. Okay. That's what social media is all about. Social media is trying to keep you on the platform so that they can serve up more ads to you. But why not take advantage of that opportunity? Okay. And so that's what we're going to cover today. So here, I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and then we're going to dive into the ad creation process. And again, I'm going to move through it really quickly. And again, for a lot of you, it might be a first time. This is just simply exposure for the opportunity. Okay. You guys, I've been involved in this arena, in the advertising arena, for almost 20 years now. Okay. I've been involved in social media advertising for almost 10 years. I've owned my own ad agencies. I'm currently involved in over $100,000 in monthly advertising spend on social media. I've made every mistake you can imagine. And it's really interesting too, though. Some of you may have boosted posts in the past. Some of you may have advertised in the past on Facebook or Instagram. And you may be just throwing your hands up saying, Aaron, this stuff doesn't work. Okay. Well, I can tell you that some stuff definitely doesn't work and other things absolutely do work. So I'll help you kind of navigate through what works and doesn't work. But I want to show you this real quickly. EdgeRank. Why am I talking about EdgeRank? Has anyone ever heard of EdgeRank in here before? If you have, let me know. I'm always just curious if you've heard of EdgeRank. EdgeRank, and I know some of these folks, I think Aaron Moore probably has. EdgeRank is the formula that Facebook uses to decide whether to show you a post or not in your newsfeed. Okay, that's it. So if you notice, when you go through your newsfeed, those posts are not in chronological order. They're in order of relevance based on the formula that Facebook has named EdgeRank. The thing is, when Facebook first launched business pages, businesses built up these massive audiences. They created these campaigns to generate likes. Remember seeing advertisements on TV where big companies like Frito-Lay and Nike were advertising saying, hey, like our page on Facebook. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's now been probably 10 years ago or so. Guess what they were doing? They were building up this massive audience of people that were connecting to their Facebook business page. And these big companies like Nike built up followers. They had 25, 30 million people that liked their business page. And guess what? When they posted to their business page, when Nike posted to Nike's business page on Facebook, every single one of those followers would see that post in their newsfeed. How powerful was that, right? It's like them being on a stage in front of 25 million people saying, hey, look at these shoes. All 25 million people seeing those shoes in their newsfeed. Now, what did Facebook do? Facebook said, man, we need to monetize. We need to start making some money. What are we going to do? Are we going to charge? Are we going to charge Nike to post to their business page? No, we're not going to charge them to post to their business page. What we're going to do is we're going to reduce the number of followers to their business page that actually see what they post. We're going to reduce that from 100% to 1%. Guess what? When you post to your business page right now, guess how many people that follow you on your business page actually see your post in their newsfeed? Right now, it's at 1%. So if you have 100 likes on your business page, you're looking at one post. You're looking at one person that's going to see that post out of 100. So what does that mean? That's then caused us to want to pay to get that same exposure. And that's how Facebook started making money, is they basically told these big businesses, I'm going to reduce the amount of reach that you have with your business page posts, because guess what? We need to start making money too. You're taking advantage of our platform. I want you to start advertising and paying us. Guess how much Facebook is now worth because they are a massive advertising platform? They're worth over $600 billion because they're a massive advertising engine because of something called EdgeRank. Okay. So we talked about this a second ago, personal profile, 5%, business page, 1% reach. Again, that reach is the number of people that see your posts in their newsfeed. Okay. 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 So let's cruise through here. Okay. So what we're looking at now, attention and awareness, guys. I'm not sure why there's a green line through this, but we talked about the whole goal here is to get people's attention, right? Create awareness. Gary Vaynerchuk, who's a marketer, if you're not familiar with him, definitely check him out. He talks about the currency of business is attention. He says marketers are fighting an attention war. Guess what, you guys? We're marketers, right? We are marketers. That's what we do. We market. And I talked about this funnel, right? In order to get someone to take action and close an escrow with us, first we have to get their attention. This is what this game is all about, getting people's attention. So first off, we have to figure out the who and the what. So the who and the what. Okay. So who do we want to go after and what do we want to say? Okay. So who do we want to go after and what do we want to say? So what's our goal? First thing we have to do before we do anything like this, so we have to figure out what our goal is. We have to know if we're successful or not. You guys, advertising, even boosting a post, sending out a postcard, sending postcards out, sending out an email newsletter, these are all campaigns. Okay, they all fall under the umbrella of a campaign or a marketing campaign specifically. Okay, and so this is no different. This is just another campaign where you do have a goal and then you execute on that goal. And by the way, we know that if we try to appeal to everyone, we're going to end up appealing to no one. And that's why we want to target people with a specific message. And I'm going to show you that specific message. So we know what an ad is. Again, we're paying to have a post show up in people's news feeds. And I want to show you this here for a second. We talked about campaigns. Everything you do in marketing and advertising revolves around us creating some sort of campaign, and then everything is underneath that umbrella campaign. So in Facebook, it's the exact same thing. What you want to do, if you create an ad, first you have to create a campaign that has what are called ad sets. And that's where you set the targeting. You set, I want to target the Livermore area, right? I want to target people that have an interest in Zillow, in Trulia, in Realtor.com. I want to set the budget, right? That's under the ad set. And then the ad is the actual post, okay, that gets displayed in people's news feeds. So there's three main ad strategies, okay? Your first ad strategy would be a top of mind strategy. Okay, and that's where you are simply taking where you're targeting people that already know you, and you're just staying top of mind with them in their newsfeed. Okay, because we know, again, if we post on Facebook to our business page, only 1% of our likes actually see that post. If we post to our personal profile on Facebook, maybe 10% of our friends actually see that post. How do we ensure that upwards of 80-90% of the people that we care about see what we post? What we can do is we can actually advertise to them without them really even knowing it. Okay, and so that's an opportunity called a custom audience, where you take a list, like a list of all the contacts in your phone or a list of people in your database. And you can actually take that list and load it into the back end of Facebook, and we can actually advertise directly to those people. Okay, that would be strategy number one. Number two is building brand awareness through education. And that would be through a targeted group of people that live within a specific area. And we're simply providing them valuable information like market reports and updates. And here's current, the current value of your home. Here's what's happening in the real estate market. Here's what's going on with interest rates. Here's what I'm doing to create differentiation for my clients in the business, right? That's branding, that's creating awareness, generate, education. And then the third strategy is generating leads, okay? Generating leads. And that's us basically saying, hey, we're gonna put, and I'm gonna walk you through this strategy, we're gonna put a home in front of a group of potential buyers, and we're gonna see which ones have an interest in it, which ones are willing to click through, send us their contact information in order to get price, location, and maybe more photos. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is how to generate buyer leads. But before we do that, I want to just touch quickly on what happens when we generate the lead. What do we do with that? Okay. So this is a good problem to have, but it is a problem. What we're finding on the left-hand side are anybody that becomes a lead. Okay. They are expecting what you're seeing here, instant response, 49%. What that means is almost 50% of your leads, people that have responded to one of your ads, they're expecting an instant response. But what's happening is that only 8% of them, if you look to the column to the right, only 8% of them actually get an instant response. Why is that? Because we either are not able to follow up with that lead immediately when it comes in, or we just don't have a system in place for follow-up. So you'll see consumers expect to be followed up with almost immediately, or at least within the first hour. So you'll see right there, almost 95% of people want to be responded to within the first hour. And what's happening is they're not getting responded to until hour 2, 4, same day. 10% of people that are lead generating don't even respond to the leads until after 24 hours, right? Mind-boggling, right? We're just throwing money away. We're throwing money away. I want to show you a couple of different ads, some sample ads, and then we're going to walk you right through creating an ad in the Ads Manager. This is an ad. If you look right in the middle of the screen, I want you to really pay attention to the different elements of this advertisement, this post, okay? Ignore the targeting on the left-hand side. Some of that's actually gone away. We don't even have some of those options, but I want you to take a look at the middle section and then that little window on the right. The middle is the actual ad itself, okay? And if you look at the text above the ad, you're gonna see it's broken up into 3 different parts. The first part is the headline, where you see the uh-oh face and the basketball. So this was a property that had a sport court in the back. And I think this property, I think, was listed in Arizona for probably like in the 400s. I think in your guys' market, probably be in the 4 millions. So here's what's interesting about this property, though. What we did was, you'll notice we basically added some fun sports-related emojis to the text. So we said, like sports, basketball court, pool, and trampoline on this hashtag recently listed home in Surprise. And then new section, new line, features. And then we added some of the features of the home. And then on a new line, we added our call to action. Click learn more to get price, pictures, and location. And then we added in 5 photos for the home. You'll notice under the photos, it says Surprise, pool, basketball court, trampoline, and more. By the way, Surprise is the city that these properties listed in, not just the word surprise. Okay, so yeah, Surprise, Arizona, right? So like the retirement capital of the United States, I think, if you were to look that up. Okay, so what's happening here is, first thing first, this is a post that showed up in someone's newsfeed. And you'll notice that, see the little icon on the top left? Okay, that is the profile photo for the actual business page that this ad was associated with. So that's right here. Okay, you see kind of my mouse moving around. And then here was the name of the business page. That kind of blew it out because this was an actual active ad that someone's running. They said I could use the ad, but just remove the business page. And then here's the text for the ad. And this ad was called a lead generation ad. The reason why, and I'll show you here in a second, is because if somebody clicked on this ad, it popped open this little window on the right-hand side. So if they saw this on their computer and they're on Facebook or scrolling through their newsfeed or on their phone, and they clicked on this ad, all of a sudden this little window over here on the right-hand side popped up. And what did this window on the right, what is this? This is a lead capture form, okay? And who powers this lead capture form? You might think it's like some third-party service like Lead Pages or MailChimp or Constant Contact or some other lead capture. No, it's not. This is actually in Facebook. Facebook has built-in lead capture. So here's what else. When you use this type of ad and you use the lead capture form that Facebook has built in, already baked in, you'll notice that form where I'm asking for phone, I'm asking for email, I'm asking for their name, you'll notice how these fields are already pre-populated with their contact information. Why is that? Because Facebook already has that lead's name, phone, and email. It already has all that information. So frankly, that form is already pre-populated. It's already filled out. All they have to do is click submit. When they click submit, guess what happens? Two things happen. Number one, you have just generated a new lead, right? Of somebody that has an interest in this home or homes like this. Number two, they then get access to what we promised them. What did we promise them? Price, pictures, location. Okay. It's a win-win. They get what they want. We get what we want. And guess what? What do we do at that point? We follow up with them. We go, hey, Joe Lead, Aaron Lacey here. Hey, I work with, Intero, Compass, EXP, what have you, whatever your brokerage is, Better Homes and Gardens. And I'm a real estate professional with them. I'm also part of the lead concierge team, wink, wink, lead concierge team. And I saw that you expressed some interest in a home in Surprise, in a home in Walnut Creek, Livermore. And I just wanted to make sure that you found exactly what you're looking for. And they go, you know what? Yeah, we did. Okay, great. Did you want to take a look at the home? Yeah, actually we'd like to. Okay, great. Does Thursday at 2 or Friday at 6 work better for you? Right? Or if they're like, you know what? No, it wasn't the right home for us. Or yeah, we're going to pass. Okay, well, tell me, are you looking in the Walnut Creek area? Right? We want to start that conversation, right? Are you looking in Livermore area? And is that the right square footage for you? Are you looking in that 3,500 square foot range? Right? A 4-bed, is that enough beds for you? Is that enough baths for you? And the reason I'm asking this is just because I'm part of I consider myself a property concierge. I just want to make sure I match you up with the right properties to just make your life easier, help you move along in your home buying process. You know what I mean? They go, well, yeah, that'd be great. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll set you up on a search, right? And you're going to receive properties that match your search as they come available. As soon as they come available, you're going to get notified right away. If there's anything that you want to move forward with, anything you want to take a look at, you let me know right away. We'll get you right in that house. That sound like a plan? And by the way, if you end up expanding your criteria, looking at other areas, looking for a larger or smaller home, homes with pools, without pools, you let me know right away so that I can update your search. Does that sound like a deal? You guys, that's how it's done, right? Okay, here's what I want to show you though. This property, if we look underneath, what I want to show you is this generated, this agent ran this ad for about a week, okay? It generated 29 leads at $1.72 per lead. They spent $50, okay? $50 for 29 leads, okay? They turned that into 2 buyers. Here's what I would say with lead generation, okay? Lead generation, you probably have a marketing budget. Okay, if you don't have a marketing budget, I highly recommend you have a marketing budget. There's a lot of people smarter than me that say that you should allocate 10% of your net commission income back to marketing, right? And I don't disagree with them. Here's what I would say. Lead generation is not a marketing expense. It's a return, it's an ROI expense, right? It's all about ROI, right? If you give me $10 and I give you $100 back, you're going to continue to do that all day long. Okay. That's what this is. If you can spend $50 and make $20,000 in commission, you're going to do that all day long. That's what this opportunity is. It's a return on investment opportunity. That's why I've got some agents that are spending upwards of $10,000, $20,000 a month on Facebook advertising, right? Because it's now they're feeding large teams, right? Or they're feeding an entire brokerage. But the fact is, it's an ROI-based activity. Let me show you one other sample ad before, again, we dive through. And actually, I've got a question. How does the Facebook algorithm for 1% of eyes on biz and 5% on personal translate to Facebook groups? Can you do the same thing for the target audience within a group? You know what? So it's a very similar algorithm, but groups, you're going to see a higher engagement, a higher reach within groups. So if you're part of a group or you run a group, what you'll do is you can't necessarily advertise directly to that group, but you can advertise to the people in that group based on interests. And just keep in mind that that your reach, your organic reach, in other words, when you post, the number of people that see that post in the group is actually higher than a business page, and it's probably on par with with your personal page. I know agents that have a 30+% reach on everything they post on their personal page. So it really depends on how engaged your people are with what you post. You know what I mean? How they're reacting to those posts. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. You guys, this other sample ad I wanted to show you is more of a luxury home. This was about a $10 million home. And again, same format. If you look on the right-hand side, so there's in that text above the actual photo or video, you'll see video tour featuring Villa and Pietra. This hashtag just listed Tuscan Estates now accepting offers for purchase. So that's kind of the headline. We use emojis because emojis distract the viewer from seeing that this was a sponsored post, that it was an ad. It's an attention grabber as well. And it kind of personalizes the post. You'll see features, you'll see that call to action again. And then the body of the actual post, in this case, was a video. And you may be wondering, well, should I use a video or should I use photos? Well, if you have a video, I'd highly recommend using the video. And the reason why is videos just get more engagement, right? A moving video, a play sign is more attractive to somebody. So they're going to move forward with that video versus just those photos. So I'd recommend a video. The ideal video that you would actually use would be not a full tour of the home, because you don't want to give them everything, right? You want to leave a little bit to be desired in order to get their contact information. We show them a 4-minute virtual tour of the property that does an aerial and goes through the entire property. Why would they want to learn more? They've already learned everything they need to know about the home just from the tour. So what you want to do is, if you can just take that video and just grab the first like 10, 15, 20 seconds. And maybe that is like an aerial and it like comes up to the front of the home and maybe just goes inside. And then you stop the video there and you say, for the rest of the video, to view the full video, click here. You guys, we have to play that game, right? We have to play that game. Guess what though? People are willing to exchange their contact information and watch the rest of the video. This property, again, it's about $10 million property. This agent spent $250, generated 42 leads at a cost of $6 per lead. Okay, so 42 leads. Now, overall, most of those were multi-million dollar, potentially multi-million dollar buyers. Some of them aren't, right? That's the thing about social media advertising. You're at the very top of the funnel. If we look at other advertising techniques like Realtor.com, like a Zillow style, right? There's a lot of different options out there. Especially as it relates to people that are already searching for homes. Google advertising, for example. These people are not necessarily at the top of the sales funnel. They're right in the middle. They already have a real estate need, right? When people are on Facebook, when they're scrolling through their newsfeed, they're not necessarily on Facebook or Instagram looking for properties, right? They're looking at dog and cat videos and memes and babies and family members and all these other stuff. So this is actually what's called a disruptive advertising technique. You're disrupting the flow of them scrolling through their newsfeed, and you're presenting them with something that may be of value to them. Where I'm going with this, you guys, is you're going to have to wade through some junk, right? With everything good, there's going to be a lot of garbage. And so that's just one thing to keep in mind. That's why it's nice to have a system in place. That's why it's nice to drop these leads into a CRM and let the CRM follow up with the lead and kind of nurture them and qualify. I like to say it's qualifying them. It's warming them up, right? So that when you perform some outreach, they're like, Tammy, I'm so glad you called me. I'm ready to go, right? I was about to call you. I was about to email you. You know what I mean? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna launch into the ads manager here for a second. I wanna show you what that looks like. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of finish it off, and then I'll open it up to any questions that you might have. And hopefully we get all your questions answered. So I'm gonna share my browser right now. So here we are jumping in live. So here's right into our favorite place, everyone's favorite place. Facebook, right? And so here's how we get to the ads manager. Whoa, that scared me. Did you guys hear that? Okay, so here's how we get to the ads manager. Oh my gosh, I just jumped out of my chair. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to click on this little down arrow, and you see this right here, manage ads. That's it. Manage ads. You might also see create an ad. You might also see advertising on Facebook, right? There's a bunch of different things you might see, but at the end of the day, you're going to click on this little arrow in the top right. And I hope everyone sees that. Okay, this little arrow in the top right, and then you're going to go down and click on manage ads. Okay. Someone's office manager barking at orders. I love it. Okay. So once you do that, it's going to take you to your ads manager. You may have to jump through a couple of hoops, you guys. It's real easy, but you'll get right into your ads manager, and your ads manager is going to look like something like this. Okay. You're going to see campaigns. You're going to see ad sets. You're going to see ads. Okay. So that's what you're going to see. I'm going to say last 7 days. Okay. Okay. So at this point, you're going to see campaigns, ad sets, and ads. What you want to do is you're going to click on create. You're going to click on create here. Okay. So the green button, and that's going to get the process started for you. Okay. I think everyone's on the same page. You may see a different window that says guided creation or quick creation. And what you want to do is you want to get to the guided creation option. So there's a quick creation option and there's a guided creation. You may be seeing something that looks like this. Okay, if you see this, you want to just switch back to guided creation. And that's going to walk you through that 3-step process. Remember that little graphic I showed you that had campaign at the very top and then ad set and then ad underneath? That is the format for creating an ad on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so you'll notice on the left-hand side, you see campaign, and there's a blue line next to it. That's just indicating that we are on the campaign step. And you'll see these 2 options under the word campaign, special ad category and objective. And those are just options under this category. And then once we're done selecting those options, we'll then go to ad set to this step. And then we'll go through these options, and then we'll be on the 3rd step once we finish with that, the 2nd step, and then we'll just format the ad and create it, and we're off to the races. And what's nice about this opportunity, guys, is that the ad that we create is going to get reviewed, and typically it's reviewed almost instantaneously, and then guess what happens? It is live. It's up and running. You know, we don't have to wait for postcards to arrive in someone's mailbox, right? We don't have to wait for them to check their email. We know people are checking Facebook 20 times a day. We're going to start generating leads almost immediately. What's beautiful about this is you get instant response, instant feedback on whether you have created the right ad and targeted the right group or not. Okay. So let's walk through this. And again, I don't know if we have a hard stop at 1 o'clock or not. Let me know if we do. Maybe we can go a little over. What do you suggest advertising without listings? Great question. Let me share that. If you don't have a listing, what you could do is you need to get access to a listing. So whether you have a colleague that has a listing that will allow you to advertise it, which there is very likely to happen, or you could go on Zillow and find a for sale by owner, right? And reach out to them and say, hey, would you mind if I spent money advertising your property for you? I'll direct all the leads, I'll direct them to you, or whatever, right? You can use it as a lead generator. Okay, so however you do it, get access to a home, whether it's listed or not, could be for sale by owner, right? And again, Zillow, great place to find those for sale by owners, right? You could even start a conversation relationship with one of them and then end up with a listing. Tammy said you can use any of hers, right? So most agents are willing to let you advertise their property, right? Because they want buyers. So find a property that you can leverage here. And what you want to do, once you get to this step, you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to click on special ad category. We're going to select housing from the dropdown. Okay, there's 3 different options. And now we're relegated due to blockbusting, steering, redlining, all this bad stuff that agents were doing in the past year or 2. We're now very restricted with the targeting we can do here. Probably, unfortunately, it's probably for a good reason. People weren't abiding by the rules. There's protected classes for a reason. There's rules for a reason, right? And so what's your marketing objective, right? So select your objective. What we're going to select is lead generation. That's going to allow our post to pop up a lead generation form when someone clicks on it. That's the benefit to lead generation. Let's say that you just want to send people to a website without capturing their information first. Maybe you have a landing page, a website, a single property listing, or a website or profile you want to send people to. You could use the traffic option, but you just need to ensure that whatever page or website you use has an effective lead capture mechanism built in. Right? That it's going to capture their name, their phone number, their email, whatever you want. Okay. But I'll tell you, nothing beats this right here. Nothing beats the built-in lead capture that's built right into Facebook and, by the way, Instagram. Okay. Okay. Can somebody tell me if I have a 1 o'clock hard stop or if I can go a few minutes over? I'm just curious. I think I can go a little over, but I don't want to go too far over, maybe 5 minutes over. Or 10 minutes over. Okay, so campaign name, we're going to name this, 12345 North, Flower Drive.
They said go ahead.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And we're going to say buyer lead generation. We're naming our campaign just so we can distinguish it from the other campaigns that we have on Facebook. Okay, you guys, you'll notice I skip a lot of different settings and options. Okay, I'm going to click on continue here. So all we did under campaign was we select lead generation and we typed in a campaign name. That's pretty easy. You guys with me so far? Hopefully so. Click on continue. Now we're on the second step. You'll notice we're on the ad set step. Okay, blue bar next to ad set. We have page that's highlighted in blue. I love that Aaron Moore's over here on a treadmill. This is awesome. This dude. Okay, here's what we got. We got, what we're gonna do is we're gonna select our page that we want to associate with the ad. And you guys know that, again, right above the, above the post is the name of the business page. And we're going to then scroll down. Here, you guys, by the way, just a little pro tip. See this little plus sign next to the Facebook page? You can actually create a new Facebook page by just clicking that plus sign. It takes about 30 seconds, right? Pretty crazy. So let's just say that you were going to maybe advertise a property in Livermore, for example. Maybe you might decide to create a page that just revolves around the lifestyle of Livermore. Maybe it's like Livermore Homes and Life. And then you associate this ad with that page instead of Aaron Lacey, I'm a real estate agent, I'm definitely gonna hound you for your business page. I'm just saying, okay? You're gonna see an increase. And again, I'm not saying that's what we do, but I'm just saying, oftentimes, like, who wants to be, let's just say this, who wants to become a lead, right? I don't want to become a lead to anybody. I don't know about you guys, right? So the thing is, if we use more of a general or a generic business page to associate our ad with that, we're going to find more success. Our conversion is going to increase. We're going to skip dynamic creative, skip catalog. We're going to get to audience. Okay, I'm going to say this property's in Livermore. What we're going to do is you're going to see right here under audience. Notice how each of these sections has like this white background. And also you'll notice on the left-hand side as I'm scrolling through, this little blue, these words in blue that are highlighted will change. As I scroll up, it changes, right? As I go to each section, it's going to change. And I can even actually click on these and it'll take me each section of this. So I'm going to go to audience. And what I want to do here is it's saying location, it's saying age group, it's saying gender, it's saying all these things that actually I want to change. So I'm going to click on edit. It's hidden. And what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and type in Livermore. Okay. And I'm going to select that option. And what it did was it just dropped a pin right on Livermore. Okay. So right on Livermore. And so for some reason, it's not zooming into Livermore, but usually it does. It'll zoom right into where we're at. So I'm going to just kind of click around as if we're in Google Maps and zoom right in. So here's what it's doing. It dropped a pin right on Livermore and then it put a 15-mile radius around Livermore. Here's what it's saying already. It's saying, okay, it looks like you want to put this post in front of people that live within a 15-mile radius of Livermore. Is that right? Yes, that is right. Okay, so over here on the right-hand side, it's now saying, okay, so there are, according to our estimates, 650,000 people that have a Facebook profile that live within 15 miles of Livermore. Okay, and based on our budget, which we haven't even set yet, but based on our budget, you could potentially get in front of 3,900 people every single day and generate less than 10 leads. Wow, is that ambiguous or what? So it's giving us some estimates based on our total opportunity size and our budget, okay? Because everything's a matter of budget. Let's say you were gonna farm a community. If you send out 10,000 postcards, you're gonna have a larger reach. You'll probably generate more leads versus sending out 1,000. But of course, the 10,000 postcards are gonna cost you 10 times as much. Same concept here, okay? If we wanna get in front of more people on a daily basis, we're just gonna have to spend a little more. So what we did was we selected a geographic location, and then what we're going to do is we're going to then edit this option, you guys, detailed targeting. This is one of the most important things we're gonna do right now. Click on edit here, and we're actually going to then see this little box that just showed up, and I'm gonna type in all of our favorite word, Zillow. Don't we just love hearing that word? Okay, so I'm gonna type in Zillow, and what we're gonna do is what we're now saying is we're saying, Facebook, I want you to put this post in the newsfeed of people that have an interest in Zillow that live within 15 miles of Livermore. You guys, who has an interest in Zillow? Probably somebody that has some sort of interest in buying or selling a home. Okay, so Facebook is actively monitoring our interests because we're constantly performing behaviors and actions and activities on the platform. We're engaging with different types of content. It knows what we're into. It knows what we have an interest in. Okay, so once we input Zillow as an interest, I want to target more people. All right, I want to, because now look at our potential reach. It's now dropped down from 600,000 to 110,000. I want to increase that. A good rule of thumb is for every $5 in daily budget you spend on an ad, you want to ensure that you're getting in front of 250,000 people potential reach. So 250 per $5, you could say $500,000 for $10 a day daily budget, okay? And you don't have to run ads the entire month, but I would recommend you guys, this opportunity, I'd recommend spending no less than $100. And I would say monthly, you want to look at spending probably $300+ a month on this opportunity. But then again, if it's generating leads that close for you, you're going to double, triple your spend, right? You're going to be spending thousands of dollars on this before you know it, especially if you're getting results. If you're not, you're probably, then we need to chat for sure. So here's what I would recommend. When you put that interest in, what we can do is we can kind of, we're now telling Facebook, hey, we want to target people that have an interest in Zillow. And Zillow is going to go, hey, by the way, I can recommend, I'm going to make a suggestion for you. People that have an interest in Zillow, they also have an interest in Trulia and Homes.com and first-time home buyers and real estate and luxury real estate and mortgage loans and all these different other areas. And you can go, wow, okay, for sale by owner. Okay, awesome. So why don't I select some of these other folks too? Maybe I might tap into more people that could have an interest in this home. Okay, so Homes.com, Zillow. For some reason, Realtor.com doesn't come up as a suggestion, but that's something else we want to tap into. So I always type in Realtor.com. Okay, so Trulia. Okay, Redfin typically comes up. Not coming up now for some reason. So Homes.com, Realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow. We've now increased our potential reach to 120,000 people. Okay, so now we're going to keep scrolling down. I'm going to scroll past placements, but placements is how we control where this ad gets displayed. Here's what I'd recommend. Just leave that to automatic. But I do want you to know that this ad will be displayed in Instagram if you leave this set on automatic. Instagram newsfeed, Instagram stories, Instagram discover page, Facebook newsfeed, Facebook stories, Facebook Messenger, Facebook Marketplace, right? All these places. And Facebook wants you to be successful. So it's only going to show your ad in places where you're going to be more successful, right? Because the fact is, if you're not successful with your ad, you're going to stop advertising, and Facebook doesn't want you to stop advertising. They want you to be successful and effective with your ad. So we're going to leave that on automatic. We're going to now go to budget and schedule. Okay. So we're going to ignore this. We're going to ignore this. We're going to see budget and schedule. I'm going to change this option right here from daily budget. and I'm going to scroll down and select lifetime budget. Okay. So I'm going to say, I want to spend $100 and I want to run this ad for 10 days. You guys, $10 a day is a great rule of thumb for your ads. So today's the 9th. I want to run it through the 19th. So I'm going to spend $100. It's going to run for 10 days. And guess what that's going to do for me? I have a potential reach of 120,000 people. And based on $10 a day, Facebook is saying, Aaron, you're going to get this post in roughly up to 1,100 people's news feeds every single day. But we're not saying you're necessarily going to generate any leads from this. But do they know what these people are going to do when they see this ad? Not really. Not really. Okay. Check this out though. I just want to show you what would happen if we increase this to say $200 from 100. Notice how we have 1,100 here. That's now gone to 1,700. So it's not a direct correlation where we double the budget and it doubles the reach, but it's fairly close. $300. Still, we're at 2,300 reach. It's saying no leads, right? Again, but we know best, and we're going to ignore that for now. And what we want to do is just click on continue. All right, you guys, we're on the last step. Okay, we're on the last step, and this is where we create the ad. And notice how here it says identity. We have already selected our business page we're going to associate with this ad. And what we would do at this point is we would also select our Instagram account if we have one connected to the business page that we selected. If we don't, we can manage our connections by clicking on page settings, okay? So here's the deal though. If we don't select an Instagram account here, will it still display this ad in Instagram? Yes, it will. The Instagram account won't be real on Instagram, and it will match the name of your Facebook business page. It just won't be clickable, okay? Okay, so format, single image or video. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that option's selected. We're gonna go down and we're going to click on edit image and change image. We're going to find an image that we want to use. So we'll find an image of a home. Let's say that this is the image we want to use. We'll click on continue. It's going to upload that image in. What do we want to do at this point? We want to click on turn into video. Facebook will actually turn this image and any other images we want to add into a video that zooms, that has text overlay, right? See this plus sign on the left-hand side? I can continue to add additional photos in if I want, okay? So what I'd recommend is at least 3 photos. I think Zoom is a good option. And by the way, these are all video templates. It's gonna manage all the behind the scenes of turning these photos into a video for you. You just have to select the template you want to use. So you can play around with these and just click on the different ones just to see what they look like. Once you've selected one you like, I like Zoom, click on customize. Okay. And at this point, what I want to do is notice how this is actually my profile photo. I want to remove that. So I'm going to actually click on remove. I don't want that showing up. And you'll notice here's the 3 photos we uploaded. They're called scenes, scene 1, 2, and 3. And each scene has, you have the option to add some text. So I could type in front of home, right, if I wanted to. And I have the option to add a logo. But I'm going to remove my logo because this is not branding. This is straight up lead generation. I'm not trying to brand myself, okay? Now there might be an opportunity where you want to, but in this case, I don't want to. So I'm going to click on each scene, remove my logo so that I just have these. Now if I click on play, take a look at what happens. There's the front of the home, there's the inside of the home, there's the kitchen. That's it. I'm going to give them 3 photos. I'm going to click on done. I'm going to click on use video. Now what's going to happen is going to turn those photos into a video. It's going to pop it into this live preview over here on the right-hand side. And then I just need to fill out these fields. Once I do that, I just need to then create what's called that instant form. And what's that instant form? That's just that little pop-up form when they click on it. Once I do that, I click on confirm and I am done. Can you guys believe that? We're basically almost done. Okay, so you already know what an ad format looks like. Okay, so I showed you what we're gonna, kind of the format for the actual ad. We've got the headline, we've got the features, and we've got the call to action. right? So I'm going to copy that over in here. So again, primary text, we've got the headline, we've got the features, we've got the call to action, then we have an official headline underneath. So I'm going to say beautiful home, click to view, price, location, and photos. And we're going to click on, more info here. Oh, notice how that video just got done encoding and it just is loading up right now as we speak. There it is right there. Click on learn more. Check this out. Now we've got all the components of the ad basically done, you guys. So it's loading up our live preview. There's our headline. There's our video. There's our bottom headline. There's our call to action button. You'll notice all you need here, primary text, that's going to show up here. So headline, so this shows up here. The actual headline shows up in the bold text underneath. Description would be small text that shows up under, that's optional. And then there's the call to action button. You guys, that's it. Those are all the components to the ad. You'll notice all these little icons in the middle. Guess what these are? These are all the placements. You can actually preview what the ad's going to look like on all these different locations if you want. So this is the mobile news preview. Here's the desktop news preview. Okay. We can even click on the plus sign, watch the video. We can make changes to it right from here. All right, you guys. So this is basically our last step. We've formatted it. We've selected our audience. Now we just create that form. We just go in here to new form. We walk through this real short process of selecting our different options. Okay. And once we're done, we're now going to ask for name, email, and phone, and we click on confirm. Once we click on confirm, it's going to be sent for review. Once it gets approved, it will be live, up and running. And here's what's neat. You can stop that at any time. Okay, all of your ads are available to be stopped at any time by going back to the ads manager. Okay, going right back to the ads manager where we were before. And there's actually going to be a little slider that looks just like this. Okay, and I want to show you what that looks like. So here's this little slider. I can turn my ad on. I can turn it off at any time I want. All right, you guys, that's my time. If you want to dive deeper into this opportunity, first of all, grab the Facebook Ads Manager app from the App Store, Google Play Store. Highly recommend that. Okay, that's a great resource for you. Highly recommend that. If this is something you guys want to dive a little deeper into, by the way, Canva, great resource for creating graphics for your ads, for your videos, stuff like that, right? Emoji copy, that's where I get a lot of my emojis, emojicopy.com. Emojicopy.com, it works great on Macs too. So Mac, Windows computer, getting those emojis added. Again, you guys, thank you very much for allowing me in. If you have any questions, you want to take a deeper dive into this is something you're interested in, reach out to me, getwithaaron.com. Guys, I want to chat with you. I want to help you. Right? That's what it's all about. I want to make you more successful. So getwithaaron.com. But I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, WCR. Thank you to everybody involved. And thank you to my sister company, WFG National Title. I see Joe on here. I see Mary on here as well, you guys. So appreciate your time. Thank you for allowing me in. And I look forward to seeing you reach out to me, and I can't wait to help you. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to stick around for like another minute or so.
Perfect. Yeah, there is a couple questions. So one of them was, and I don't know if you addressed it, I got distracted for a couple of minutes, but about the algorithm. How does the algorithm for 1% of eyes on a business page and 5% on a business page translates to Facebook groups?
Okay.
And can you do the same thing for the target audience within a group?
Yeah, so you can't target an audience in a group, but the reach is improved in a group, typically. Yeah, so typically your reach is going to be higher in a group. So yeah, whether you're actively involved in that group or you actually run the group, but you're not going to be able to directly advertise to people that are in a group. Okay, if that answers your question. And whoever asked that, definitely connect with me, and I'd love to know kind of what you're thinking in a little more detail with regards to groups.
Okay, and I do have a question.
Please.
With regards to when you place an ad, I've done this before. I advertised my listings, and I noticed that, like you said, you mentioned that I do get a lot of junky comments, and mostly also comments with people putting links to their own businesses in there. Is there a way to filter those? Does Facebook have a filter where we can control and filter, or at least control who can comment for the ads? I know
Sure.
you can control that for your page and for your personal profile.
Yeah, so unfortunately you can't, but that you bring up a great point. What I would recommend is that you monitor your ad. In other words, you keep an eye on the engagement that it's getting organically as well, because you're going to actually be receiving leads from the actual post. But in addition, you're going to have people commenting and liking the post. You're going to get a lot of likes. I would reach out to every single one of those likes. Okay. And I would follow up with them and send them a message. You can message people over Facebook Messenger, right? That you're not connected to. And I absolutely would follow up with all of them. Any comments that come in that are negative, I would just delete. I would simply delete, but you just kind of want to monitor it. For the most part though, when people see an ad in the newsfeed, they're typically not looking at the comments. You know what I mean? So that's a great question. But you always have somebody that's going to leave some sort of snarky remark that just is in a bad mood, has a bad attitude for whatever reason. And that happens. And you can simply just hide that comment.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Any other questions you guys feel free to ask? I know I'm actually late for another meeting, but since I'm here, you guys, if anyone has a question, I'm happy to answer it here. And if not, you guys definitely connect with me afterwards, getwithaaron.com, and ask your question there as well. You guys, I'm happy to answer it for you. So
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys.
Have
me back.
Best. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Joe,
thank you so
much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
so
you guys.
much, and Joe.
Hopefully this either has you moving forward or it has you moving in another direction, but either way, it's got you moving. So
yes.
I love it. All right, you guys, have a blessed day, you guys. Appreciate you so much for having me on.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
You too.
All right. Diane, do we have any other announcements?
No, I just want to thank everybody for being here today, and I hope you got some great information. I know I did with this, and once again, thanks again to Aaron and Joe and Ilion. Thank you so much for putting us in touch with them.
You're wonderful.
I would like to make one last call for membership. If anybody is interested in finding out more about Women's Council and how they can participate, we would love to hear from you. And just really quickly, how I joined was just finding out how Women's Council came about. And that was a group of strong women wanted to level the playing field for realtors. And just as a result of that, these women and the men that support us have given me a career that is beyond my wildest dreams. And so, and they continue to promote leadership that can be used in Women's Council, Bay East. We have some great leaders that have transferred over there, or just in everyday life. So please, if you want more information, just reach out to anybody on our board. And thanks again for being here. And we will get back to you guys with our next event. Everybody have a wonderful day, and blessings to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.